What's going on, world? Your boy King K coming to you all the way live once again on the MVP Music and Video Podcast. You know we got my dog DJ Vito in the building, and he's brought one of his motherfucking artists through, representing the BK.
The Bronx.
Bronx? Oh, my bad.
Nah, you good?
My bad. Don't beat me up. Don't beat me up. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, my brother?
What's good?
How you doing, man?
How you living?
So, do me a favor. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the world. Tell me your name, where you're from, how long you been doing your thing.
Copy. I'm Young Anoma1y, BG, living from the Bronx, New York. I started music in 2019. Right after I did the education thing.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Get your smarts first, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a business. That's why I like to tell artists all the time, this is the music business. So you need to get your education to make sure you get your shit straight first. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. So what inspired the music, bro? You said you started in 2019. Was you doing music before then, or 2019 was like when I'm taking it serious?
Yeah, so 2019 is when I wrote my first song. I wrote my first song like 4 in the morning. I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, everybody around me was just, dabbling in the music.
Yeah.
Because everything was education and sports.
Right.
I did that. Graduated with my bachelor's.
Okay.
I got bored.
Yeah,
so I said, let me see if I can do this. Wrote a whole song in a couple hours.
Right.
And I said,
Yeah.
And then after that, I just went off.
He took off after that. Like, he took off after that. He got the bug.
Yeah.
So tell me about the first song. How do people respond to it? Is that a song that you got out right now?
Yeah, so the first song, like any first artist, you go to YouTube, get a beat.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
the first mistake. So I made that mistake. So my first song, everybody's first song, I was told it was better than most people's first song.
Okay,
so that's all I heard.
That was the inspiration right there.
That was the inspiration.
Yeah.
And I use my melodic side because my inspiration. I'm from the Bronx, so everybody got their different influence artists. One New York City, but each borough has its own influence. So, like I said, I was influenced by A Boogie and Rod Wave. So I did the melodic side and 50 Cent. So melodic on a hook, rap on the verses.
Okay. And you did that shit all yourself?
Yeah.
You recorded yourself too, or?
Nah, I went to a studio in Buffalo. Long story short, I had to get out of Buffalo to find a better studio.
Right. I mean, everybody gotta go through their, trials and tribulations to get to where they need to be. I'm an artist too. I don't really talk about it that much, but I'm an artist too, and it took me a long time to find my process. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't feel comfortable in the studio with just anybody, so I really had to teach myself how to record myself so that I could take my time, developing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know the developmental process. It's a weird process for artists. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you 100%. So you got the melodic side, which I love. I love artists that have that diversity. You don't gotta depend on nobody singing your hooks. You know what I'm saying? You can put your own hooks and stuff together. So that's what's up. So the first YouTube single that was going good. So then what you do after that? What?
Because my background as education, so my master's and my bachelor's is business, creative studies. So my mentors, they say learn the music business.
Yeah, absolutely.
10% music, 90% business.
Yeah.
So I learned the business, and the key aspect was the marketing side. Reach outside your region.
Yeah.
Stay away from yes men.
Yeah.
So I got unbiased feedback.
Yeah.
That helped me grow.
Yeah.
And everybody think their first song's the best song until you listen to your current song.
Right.
So I was stuck in that, and then after, stop being so stubborn, I said, okay, I see what they're talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
So when they critique your music, get your feelings hurt. I got out my feelings real fast.
Yeah.
So it didn't take me years or months. It took me a couple no's from high-ranking individuals. So I just developed, studied, decided what genre I wanted to be in and stuff like that, and just kept studying the music business. Because my background is business and stuff like that. The biggest thing ain't tell you to bring a team around you. I built a team around me and also formed my label. Yeah. So we could be official. So everybody wants something that they could call their own. Yeah. So I built my record label, and then I built a national network. So at any given time, if I want to test the market, I could call one of my booking agents and say, I want to go here. Yeah. and they say, okay, let me make a call, I'll give you a call back.
Right.
So I use my education to help me build a national market.
Yeah.
And
that's where you at.
I could go to any state right now and test it.
Right.
And if it failed, then we say this is not for that.
Yeah, come back to the drawing board.
It is not for that.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I keep, I'm humble about everything. I don't usually name drop, but I have some very powerful mentors in my corner.
Hey man,
I'm a brother, like, of course I'm gonna shout him out. I'm a brother, Groove Social Fellowship Incorporated.
Yeah.
One of our brothers is Jacquees Webster,
respect.
also known as Travis Scott Father. So that's how high up my mentors go. When I need that mentorship, they give it to me. One of my brothers, they work lights and sound for the Day in Vegas Festival, so
that's
they
hard.
with Miley Cyrus and all of them. So when they tell me I got to get my EPK together, and I got to refresh this and refresh that, that's where it's coming from. It's coming from people who deal with them on a
Listen to what this man's saying right here. So just to break that down for anybody that didn't catch it, number one is education. You know what I'm saying? He educated himself, put himself around like-minded people, got his business in order. A lot of artists that's just starting, I mean, you said 2019, right?
Yeah.
2019, we 2022.
Yeah.
That ain't really a whole lot of years, to do that. So for you to do so much in a little bit of time, I know for sure you approach it, strategically with the business, and getting things right. So that's hard. That's hard. I really respect and appreciate that, and I want other artists out there, listen to what this man is saying. This is very on point. One of our jobs as a platform is to educate artists, and give them the tools that they need to set them up for success, So I respect that 100%. So this is the MVP Music and Video Podcast, you know what I'm saying? You did mention that some of your inspirations was A Boogie and Rod Wave. Tell me a little bit about, how you stumbled across A Boogie and what kind of influence he had on you.
Oh, so I went to Clinton High School. Boogie went to Clinton High School.
Oh shit, that's
so
home. That's home.
That's
Yeah.
Before he was A Boogie, when it came down to protecting each other, we all had to fight together, like that.
Yeah.
So that's I'm a New York City All-Star football player. My name go down in the history books.
Yeah.
Across the whole New York City PSAL.
Right. So you was you a legend on the gridiron out there.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what's up. I come from sports too, man. I played football and stuff in high school, but I ain't go past high school. That was it. I for sure wasn't no star, but I got my respect, for what I did. So I really think, sports is important too, especially for us coming up. It gives you kind of structure, discipline, ranking, understanding pecking orders and stuff like that. Those skills what people might look over, they really help you out in life when you moving in different circles and stuff like that. So that's what's up. Well shit, we here on the MVP, got Vito, you know what I'm saying, and we're about to check out one of these videos. Tell me why you picked this video.
Not a regular person. It's just him, acknowledging he's different.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
And he gonna take that. He gonna take that as his identity.
Yeah.
So when you're able to say, okay, this is the norm, but I'm gonna step outside of it, and you go forth with it.
Yeah.
That's courage.
Yeah.
So
now that's admirable for sure, man. Embracing yourself, you know what I'm saying? Being exactly who you are, unforgivingly, just be yourself, man. I think everybody needs to take a note from that. And I don't really think there's such thing as a regular person. But it's about embracing it, So all right, man. Well, we gonna check it out first, right here on the MVP Music and Video Podcast with your boy King K, man. Here we go. What's going on, your boy King K? We all the way back on the MVP Music and Video Podcast. Dope selection, bro. Gotta give you a dap on that. Shout out A Boogie with the hoodie, man. I don't feel like I'm a regular person either, man. For real.
You ain't no regular person.
I fuck with that shit the long way. So, tell me how you got down to Atlanta. Tell me how you linked up with this man right here.
As of
You good, brother?
Shit. To be honest, first and foremost, I gotta give a shout out to the whole coalition DJs.
Respect.
The whole coalition DJs. They make sure their self is seen outside of Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I came from New York, and then I went to Chicago to help my little brother here on 10 Dominoes, help them run it. I used my master's degree and access to better studios. So I was working in the studios used by Dirk, G Herbo, Juice WRLD. So they help, they platinum producers, platinum engineers, and to be honest, like I said, music is an investment, but it was worth every penny spent because they got me. You know, they got me prepared to grow. You know, like I said, they was not yes men engineers. They say, yeah, that take is not it. Redo it, breathe correct, take your time. So I worked in 2 studios in Chicago, Santa Classic Studios in the city, and then Envion Studios in the suburbs.
Classic Studios.
Classic Studios, the greats go through there. So if you really want to become your best self, you want to go where they go.
Yeah.
And sometimes the investment is worth it, you know? I'm not going to pay $25 for the stool when I want $100 an hour sound.
Right.
So,
hey man, pay how you weigh, man.
Yeah, so shout out to the engineer, Cole. He worked with Juice WRLD and G Herbo and all of them. Kanye when he come through the city and everything. So when you see people with those credits, you feel like you're in good hands. I'm not from the city, so I just trust your resume and your background. So he did a few of my songs. So one of them, well, a couple of them ended up on the radio. And shout out to DJ Fatboy Rama, official DJ of the City Girls. He picked up one of my songs, and at City Girls concerts, I hear my song playing in front of 3,000 people. That was my inspiration to never give up.
So salute to them, man.
When you looking at all of the strong DJs, the coalition popped up. So one of my booking agents, he's tied into Coalition DJ, DJ Expressions out of the Carolinas.
Okay.
So I was gonna go to the Carolinas. And then I'm a brother Groove 5 Groove, and I found out I had, you know, people out here. So when I was coming out here to do shows, King of Diamonds and everything, I had a booking agent at that point that was setting it up. So I was flying out from Chicago to Atlanta so frequently that it came up in the label meeting. Have you thought about going out there? I never thought about it. And I said, I'm paying $1,000 every week just to fly out here to do shows with Benzino and everybody. And I'm like, okay, cool. So to be honest, after a year and a half in Chicago, I did enough songs, got my mentorship, built a connection in ATL by flying back and forth. Coalition put me in contact with Coalition DJs ATL. So I'm getting to know them. So big up Shorty Rock, DJ Shorty Rock.
Shout out Shorty Rock.
That's the first time I had my songs pushed, you know. So he had Birkin, the original, pushed in ATL. So we talking from Rain ATL, King of Diamonds, Lacora, Pinups, every club out here. And when I get the footage back from him that he sends it, my team analyzed it and said it's over 500 people in that building. The strippers is dancing, and somebody just threw $1,000 in the air. It make me feel good. So after that, I realized I had to analyze my original song versus how they was playing it. So I realized that the club scene is much faster, so they would speed it up and pitch it up. So that's what they did, and I said, if people are used to listening to this way, I have to adjust it this way. So I went back to my team. I said, listen, I'm pulling the original Birkin, and I'm adjusting to how people are listening to it. So when they come from the club, they go to the link, it's the same. So I did that, I re-released it, and I met Vito through a flyer. We was in the same venue at one time, and we was communicating. I said, yo, shout out to the Coalition, always pay respect. Found out he was Coalition, so shout out to DJ Shorty Rock, Big X ATL, every one of them, you know. And I met Mito through, not even through the Coalition. I met him through here. He said, yeah, I heard of you. And I went back to my team. I'm like, I'm jumping. I said, them niggas in Atlanta heard of me. I'm not even from here. So I said, okay, cool. So we end up meeting at an event. And from there, I said, we're going to tap in. So, you know, he said, whenever you're ready to tap in, tap in. And I told my team, we're gonna tap in when the time is right. So after analyzing the original Birkin, re-releasing it, I said the time is right. So Vito always shown love. I did a back-to-school block party drive in the Bluff of Atlanta. I'm not from here, but I showed love to a community that's overlooked. Got together with the activists so I could make my stamp. Did all of that, and I said, okay, cool. Now it's time to tap in. So me and Vito tapped in. I said, you think you could break it? He said, yeah. And we working together, so.
Hey, look, man, shout out to Vito. Shout out to Coalition DJ. Just shout out to the Atlanta Network, just period, man. Like, there's no community, I feel like, in the world that does what we do and move the way that we move, man. And so, big shout out to them. So, shit, man. I appreciate you coming out. What you performing tonight? You performing?
I'm gonna do Birkin and Memories. Memories is my melodic shit. So, shout out to California. So, my melodic shit, it gets picked up by California. And there's only 8 radio stations out there. So Memories, Hard to Fall Asleep, all those melodic songs get picked up by Cali. They're a whole different market, to be honest. Yeah.
Hey man, you gotta look, you gotta diversify, and you gotta tap into your analytics. Like, what he's talking about, he's not guessing this shit. You can check out your analytics, know what's going on your back end, so you can see what markets your music is moving in and stuff like that, man. So that's dope, bro. I see you really tapped in with, with the business side and really having a strategic approach, and I encourage every artist to have that same approach. Like you said, 10% artist, 90% business. So why don't you give everybody your social media and everything, let them know where to find you, stay connected with what you got going on.
Definitely. Young Anoma1y, BG the label, YUNGANOMA, the number 1 Y.
That's cool.
You can find me all platforms. So shout out to my Google print. Because I'm the only Young Anoma1y in the music industry, I was verified on Google immediately. So I have 2 pages of stories, interviews, Channel 7 Eyewitness News, everything attached to my name. So it made it easy to build instead of trying to separate from somebody that existed.
Yeah, that's really good branding and marketing right there.
Definitely.
That's what's up, bro. Well, once again, man, I appreciate you being here. Hey, y'all seen them first, heard them here first, right here on the MVP Music and Video Podcast with your boy King K, and we out.